Shit, I still have my gum in my mouth. Hey y'all, it's your girl Cecilia. Welcome back to my channel. So today I want to, I guess this is kind of a book haul, kind of, not really. Oh, it's a bit of a book haul. But let me explain what has transpired. Story time. Ooh, transition to story time. So back in the wee old times of yesterday, I went to a store called Dirt Cheap. It's got a chicken as a mascot. It's pretty great. I was with my mom and we walked the set to the store, and we were literally at the store for like 10-15 seconds. I spit on my hand. Cool. And we see this cart. And the cart, it's like a regular shopping cart, and at the top it's covered in a black plastic bag, and it says, there's a sign on top that says, "Everything in this basket is $10. Do not open until you purchase." And I was like, ooh, cool. My mom told me that Dirt Cheap sometimes has mystery carts. So you know, like when you see a shopping cart, I don't explain things well, so let's see how this goes. There is the handle, and underneath the handle you can usually see what's inside it from that underneath part. That part wasn't covered, so when we look down there, we see the whole cart is full of books. So again, for a whole cart of books for $10, we bought it. We used a 10% off coupon, so it's only $9 something after tax. And yeah, after counting all of those books we bought, there's 112 books. 112. Now there are a couple duplicates, like 59 duplicates, but that's alright. And it's crazy. I still haven't gone through all of them to see which ones I am actually keeping. I'm definitely not keeping the ones that are duplicates. But I meant like all the other books. I'm going to do that after I film this video, but I wanted to show you guys what these are. I don't know what most of these are about, but this is an adventure we're both going on, guys. We're figuring this out. There's also a couple books that I also bought at a different Dirt Cheap yesterday, and some I bought at half price books today that I want to show you guys. So I'll probably start off with those since there's only like 5 of those, and then I'll get into this monstrosity. There's literally like a million books right next to me. If you could see this, it's actually crazy. It's actually crazy. But yeah, that's, I guess, my intro. But I'm gonna start with I should probably go with my spiel that please like, comment, subscribe, guys. At the moment of this filming, I'm at 198 subscribers. So we got 2 left till 200. And I'm really excited. I'm excited to see my little channel grow. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. And I will just get into this mystery cart book haul. I got these 2 books for $3 each at Dirt Cheap, and I'm still surprised that I did. I got Queen of Shadows and Kingdom of Ash, both by Sarah J. Maas, for $3 each. For $3 each. And these are in good condition, except the backs have like a little mark on them, but I literally do not care. But yeah, for $3 each. I'm currently on the 3rd book in this series, but I eventually plan on getting these, or getting to these eventually, but I'm happy. Those I got for Dirt Cheap, and then I got a few other books from Half Price Books today. So I don't know if you guys know that I am collecting the Arisa series on physically. I have 8 through 12, but I found 5 and 6 of the Arisa volumes. Here are the front covers, green and purple. They're for $5.49 each, and we had a 10% off coupon today because we were selling some books. So yeah. Oh, by the way, I unhauled and sold all my Harry Potter books today. I was gonna do a video about it saying why I'm selling my Harry Potter books, but I've already done it. I don't give a shit anymore. But this book, she was a little more expensive than I would have liked, but I don't care. So this, I already own the book, but there's a reason why I bought this one. So I bought A Tale for the Time Being by Ruth Ozeki. As you see, I don't know if you can see it from this angle, but I do own this book in paperback. But why I bought this one is because it is signed. I don't know if you guys know this, but this is my favorite book of all time. I have Story of Life of A.J. Vickery's #2, but it's signed by her, and I didn't care if it was $30 because I needed it signed. and I am literally so happy about it. I'm buying this. I want to reread the signed edition now, and I'm gonna immediately get rid of this one. You know what? We'll just do it right now. You know, we'll just, you know, it's hard to do this from this angle. Now she's pretty with her brethren. But yes, oh my god, I'm so happy about that. Now I'm gonna get into these books. I have already put the duplicates in a separate pile, not in my room, because there's no reason to go into those, but if I notice that there are duplicates, I will tell you how many I got in that mystery cart. So yeah, like I said, there's 112 books in that mystery cart. There's a wide variety of genres and things in this stack, and I've already actually read one of these books, so not since I bought them, but just in general. So the first book here is The Heist by Janet Ivanovich and Lee Goldberg. I have no fucking clue. These people. But I don't know what this is. I think these are like crime thrillers. I think they write crime thrillers. No clue. I have The Bomb by Dolene Perkins Valdez. I think I'm gonna keep this book. This book actually looks really interesting, and it's got deckled edges. And I believe that this actually be really perfect for a readathon. I believe that this is a historical fiction set in right after the Civil War in Chicago, so that sounds interesting to me. 50 Foods, The Essentials of Good Taste by Edward Bear. I don't actually know exactly what this is about, but when skipping through, there's like pictures like this that says cabbage, and then it goes into like the explanation of cabbage. There's cantaloupe, and there's dark chocolate, goat cheese. I don't know. I'm curious to see what exactly this is about, but Darkness, The Color of Snow by Thomas Cobb. I don't know what this one's about either, but it's got, you know, those pretty deckled edges. Again, if you're just sitting wondering like why I'm not explaining any of these, I literally haven't looked through any of these to see what they're about, because that's gonna literally take me years. But I'm gonna do that after this video. That's what my night's gonna be filled with. The Sentry by Robert Crass. Robert Crass. I have no clue what that one's about either. Now this one I think is the most beautiful book in this entire thing, and I gotta show you guys because it's gorgeous. I think I'm gonna keep it. It's Bonita Avenue by Peter Bawalda. Look at how pretty this cover is, and then this spine. And it's got deckled edges. It's so pretty. I literally don't know what this is about, but yes. There Was a Little Girl, The Story of My Mother and Me by Brooke Shields. Oh, there's also cute photos of them in the back. I believe this is just a autobiography. Revisionary Magic Ex Libris Book 4 by Jim Hines. Again, this is book 4, so I'm probably gonna get rid of this. Closer to Home by Mercedes Lackey. This is a cover. This is a cover. It's book 1. Oh my god, okay, I might read this. Book bag? Do you really gotta fall like that? Do you really gotta do me like that? The Swimmer by Joe Kinzander. This is actually a really cool cover. I don't know if you could see that, like, metallicness. By the way, if you've read any of these books, like, let me know if they are good and kind of convince me to keep them. Again, since I spent $10 on the entire cart, getting rid of one book is 10 cents, so I don't feel any attack. Like, I don't care if I get rid of some. It's even if I just keep one book, I'm gonna call this a success. Harriet Wolf's 7th Book of Wonders. Sorry, I cannot read cursive. By Juliana Baggett. And last one of this bag, there's 4 bags by the way, is The Caro Affair by Olin Steinhofer. A lot of these seem to be like crime books, which I'm not opposed to crime books, as long as it's, I guess, an interesting crime. I don't know. The reason why I don't read crime books as often is because I've watched literally every episode of Law & Order SVU multiple times because I have a problem. That's just like something that my great-grandma got me into. It was just SVU. Ever since I've been watching SVU since I was 5, okay? Don't judge me. But yeah, so then whenever I read like a crime book or most thrillers, it just seems like I've seen that plot before in an SVU episode, so it's hard for me to feel thrilling. I always guess the ending. That's why when I read a thriller that actually really surprises me, like Out by Nacino Carino, which surprised the actual hell out of me. I get really excited about it. So if you have thrillers that are not like a thrown up SVU episode, I would very much appreciate one. Please leave them down below. That's all I fucking need. The Supremes at Earl's All You Can Eat by Edward Kelsey Moore. This has like a feeling of a, what's it called? The library book, but it's not a library book. And it's got deckled edges. A lot of these have deckled edges, but it's pretty cool actually. Three Stations by Martin Cruz Smith. Oof. Yeah, no clue what this one's about either. This is probably a boring video. I'm already sorry, guys. We have Shirley, a novel by Susan Scarf Merrill. There's a rip right here. Some of these are not in the best condition, but a lot of them are pretty good condition. Like, even there's a rip, I'll tape it. Like, I don't give a shit. As long as I can physically read the words, we're fine. I wrote down all the duplicates here before I put them in this separate section, so I could tell you how many of each book I actually had in this cart. So I had 4 copies of Tender at the Bone, Growing Up at the Table by Ruth Rachel. I'm not exactly sure if this is, it's either literary fiction or a memoir. I can't tell at the moment. I had 2 copies of The Love Song of Miss Queenie Hennessy by Rachel Joyce. This actually looks like a cute little literary fiction novel. I like literary fiction, if you didn't know. I got Against the Country by Ben McClaff. I got 3 copies of this. I got 5 copies of, yeah? Hi. What's up?
Here's your blanket.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
Are you doing a video?
Yeah, I'm filming all the books I got.
Are you still recording?
Yeah.
Okay, hi everybody, bye everybody.
That was funny. What I was saying is that I got 5 copies of A God in Ruins by Kate Atkinson. This looks like a book that I would actually like. I don't know what it's about. But this was only paperback and I got 4 other hardbacks, but if you don't know about me, I prefer paperbacks if they're in good condition, and this one's a pretty good condition, so I kept the paperback. Yeah.
Just taking Camden shot.
Oh, okay.
Just keep doing what you're doing.
Okay, so I got 2 copies of Into the Fire by Dakota Meyer and Bing West. A first-hand account of the most extraordinary battle in the Afghan War. Okay, so it is a memoir. Memoir. How many copies of this did I get?
I think you got like 6.
Oh, 6? Gotcha. Alright. So I got 6 copies of The Billionaire's Vinegar by Benjamin Wallace. Yeah, 6 copies. I think this is a historical fiction book, but yeah, seems cool. I got 3 copies of The Young Messiah by Anne Rice. So you guys know that I like Anne Rice, but I'm probably not going to pick up this book because it is a Jesus-y book. And I don't really like books with religious undertones because I don't like religion. Yeah, so probably not going to read this one. 2 copies of Jennifer, Gwyneth, and Me, The Pursuit of Happiness, One Celebrity at a Time by Rachel Thurscythe. This, I don't know, seems like a book that talks to celebrities, but I'm curious to see what this, I don't even know when this book came out, so this book came out in 2014, so it might be a little outdated, but we'll see how this goes. Shoot, alright, my knees are already giving out. Ugh, I don't even know how long I've been sitting here. A hot minute, I guess. I got 2 copies of Lacy Eye by Jessica Treadway. This cover actually looks really interesting to me. I don't know what this one is about either. So this one is the only book I've actually read out of this collection, but I also got 2 copies of this. So I got 2 copies of Washington Spies, the story of America's first spy ring by Alexander Rose. Okay, so I don't know what point I left you off, but I know I was talking about the Washington Spies. So why I have read this already is that for my AP history, basically it was like a semester log paper. For my first semester, I chose to write about spies during the Revolutionary War, and you had to pick at least 1 book to focus on, and so this was the book I picked. So I've actually already read this, but I think I'm going to keep it and reread it because it was a really interesting topic, and I don't remember anything from my paper. I got 4 copies of 9 Inches by Tom Perrotta, and I don't know what this book is about either. Oh, it's a short story collection. Cool. Short story collection. 3 copies of Canada by Richard Ford. Wow, just a big picture of him on the back. Alright, I got 3 copies of Harder by Robin York. This is book 2 in the Carolyn and West series, so I'm probably, unless this is a companion series, unless this is a companion series, I'm probably not going to pick this up anytime soon. 2 copies of 4 Years Later by Monica Murphy. This just looks like a cute romance. I might read it, we'll see. And I actually got a lot of this series, but I think I got 2 copies of Hard Pressed by Meredith Wild. This is the 2nd book in the Hatcher series. I have the 3rd book somewhere. And I don't think we actually got the 1st book, so I'm probably gonna get rid of all of it while I put this away, because I do not want stacks of books all up in my ass. How you guys doing today? I'm doing great, evidently. Just packing books up. My knees hurt like a bitch, but that's all right. How's your reading going so far this month? I've read nothing. I'm very close to finishing my audiobook and my physical book, so I'll eventually be 2 books in. Go me. Yeah, I'm still reading Girls of Paper and Fire. I feel like I've been reading it for years. Alright, on to the 3rd bag. Game by Patricia Briggs. Now, I actually want to read this series, so I think I'm going to keep this book so I can finish off the series. I know that this is a series with werewolves. That's all I really know about the series. But The Princess in Black and the Science Fair Scare by, who is this even by? Candlewick Press. I don't know. But it's a cute little, like, kids book. I got Blacklisting Myself by Roger L. Simon. This is, on the little blurb in the front, says, Memoir of a Hollywood Apostate in the Age of Terror. And that sounds pretty interesting, actually, so I'll see how this goes. I got My Name is Lucy Barton by Elizabeth Strout. I got A Man Without Breath by Philip Keir. This is Near Enemy by Adam Sternberg. I got The Magic Strange of Frankie Presto by Mitch Albern. This one's not small. Well, it's small in size, but it's a thick boy. I got The House of Hades, book 4. Yeah, book 4 in the Heroes of Olympus series by Rick Riordan. I do eventually want to read this series, but I don't know if I should just keep the 4th book, so we'll see. Ooh, another book that has a really interesting cover. This is Lovers of All Saints Day by Juan Gabriel Vasquez. I've heard really good things about this author, so I'm curious to see how this goes. And it's set in Europe, but with a Colombian writer, which sounds really interesting. And it says stories, so I want to see how this goes. I got Destroyer Angel by Nevada Barr. I think this is like another thriller. I think it's another thriller book. This is a really confusing ass cover. A thriller, Code of Conduct by Brad Thor. Or is this just Code of Conduct? I can't tell. Yeah, it's just called Code of Conduct, a thriller. So it's a thriller. Got Lovers Forever by Shirley Busby. I believe that this is a historical romance, which is my jam, so I'll probably be reading this. Endless Summer by Nora Roberts. Now, I have always seen a lot of things about Nora Roberts, and I've been really curious about her books. So this might be the perfect opportunity to actually read her stuff. So, yeah. Bound by Darkness by Alexandra Ivy. This is a cover. And it says thriller on the back, so I think it's a thriller. Also got Live to See Tomorrow by Iris Johansson. Found the 3rd book. So this is Hardline, the 3rd book in the Hatcher series. I know I got 3 copies of this particular book by Meredith Wild, so that's cool. So I have Rosewater by Mazir Bahari. Wow, I can't English. But I know that this book has been actually made into a movie. On the blurb it says the family story of love, captivity, and survival, so that sounds pretty interesting actually. The Winter Palace, wow, by Eva Stanek. This is a novel about Catherine the Great, which I do love books like that, so I'm interested to read this and see how that goes. This one is Fall of Night by Rachel Kane. This is the Morganville Vampire, so it's a vampire book, so this is a maybe. Got Mission to Paris by Alan First. This one's set in 1938, which is a really interesting time period to read from in Hollywood, so that sounds really interesting actually. Burn by Juliana Beckett. I actually really like this cover. Every Day Was Special, A Fly Fisher's Lifelong Passion by William G. Tapley. I just have a feeling I'm not going to read this because I give no shits about fly fishing. Badass Survival Secrets by James Henry. This is literally just a survivor book. The Book of Holiday Awesome by Neil Periska. I know this is a Christmassy book. I know that I got, I think, 3 copies of Back to Blood by Tom Wolfe. We're at the end of this bag. This was the biggest bag, the heaviest bag, the bag that made me want to rip my soul apart, but that's alright. But isn't this crazy, all of these books that I've gotten? It's crazy that we found this thing. Anyways, I'm just still like shocked, and you probably, like me, have not heard of most of these books, but I think that's really interesting, finding books that you haven't heard a lot about, haven't heard of any hype about, and you're just going into them very blindly, because that's how sometimes you find your favorite books. Like, that's how I fell in love with A Tale for the Time Being. That's how I fell in love with The Story Life of A.J. Fickrey, how I fell in love with Sold by Patricia McCormack. All of my favorite books are books that I have no hype around them, or very little hype. And I think that's amazing. I really like those kind of things. We're on the last bag. Couldn't remember the word for it. So I got 2 copies of Jay by Howard Jacobson. I don't know what those from. Oh shit. I got 2, this book I'm actually really excited about. I got 2 copies of Night Film by Marisha Pessl. I actually really wanted to read this book, and now I have a physical copy, so that's good, and she's floppy. Got 2 copies of Zealot, The Life and Times of Jesus of Nazareth by Reza Aslan. I have a lot of religious books in here. Last 2 books, both by Janet Ivakovich. Wow, we started with her and we're ending with her. I got The Chase and Wicked Charms. I don't know what either of these books are. This one has, I think this one's the same series as the first book I talked about, and this one isn't because it's not that other dude. But yeah, I'm not going to even attempt to hold any of those books. That's not happening. But those were all of the books. Of course, I didn't show you the duplicates, but you can imagine 59 duplicates. There's a lot. But that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if I ever buy more mystery carts full of books, I will post a video about them if you would like. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. I will see you in another video. Goodbye.